what we're doing here?
No, I don't think. I hope. And we're live! Hey everyone, Robert Lee here, the executive video producer and founder of ShaLaLaLa Productions, where we create marketing videos as well as focus in the education and medical field, provide them live streaming service with also a specialty in pop culture. And I'm here with
Matt Haas. Hi everyone. I have a YouTube channel. I actually have several YouTube channels. I know a lot about YouTube. That's why I'm here. How's the stream for everyone? It looks a bit choppy over there on the YouTubes. I hope that's coming through smooth for everyone.
Yeah, I know. We're a little bit of delay. Let me switch over to you, Matt. I'll explain everyone in a moment as to what's going on here. So, Matt, let you take it over.
Okay. I have now taken over Verbose Wednesdays. Hello, everyone. We have a hodgepodge of topics today. And open as well. So if you have any questions about video production, online video, or anything around marketing, let us know, and Robert and I will be able to handle that. And we're watching the stream, making sure everything's nice and smooth. It's not too bad, but a bit choppy. So I still have my promotion going on where you can sign up for my email newsletter and receive for free an instant download my to-do list for marketing and for content planning. Let me show you how that's done. It's super cool. So you come over here to my website, that one, at allthings.com, and scroll all the way down, and at the bottom it says, don't miss a thing, subscribe to the free email newsletter, and when you do, you're presented a way to put in your email address and your first name. You only need the first name. I don't know why I'm asking for last name. And then right here it says get the free content planning / marketing to-do list. You're almost there. And then you complete this step, and then you will have instantly in your hands a list of everything I do to plan content everything I do before I make the video live, because there's a lot of things you need to do. Make sure you have the end cards done, do the closed captioning, do the thumbnail, all of the knobs and switches you need to press before you go public with your video, and then all the marketing. What do I do? How do I promote it? It's all there in the to-do list. So get yourself on allthingsyoutube.com and scroll down and get on the email list there. Hi, Artfully Blind with Diana. She's here. Copy Trading's here as well. Welcome, everyone. Jaden's here, too. Jim Bashir's. All right, people are jumping in. Rich Vibes is in the house. Hello, Mr. Rich Vibes. He's a cool DJ that I know. So Robert is pushing some buttons. There's actually some construction going on at his house, or might go on in his house. So
yeah, sorry about that.
It's a challenging stream day for us, but we're going to deliver a show for everyone, and we're happy about that.
Yeah, indeed. So, and thank you, Matt. There. So,
No problem.
I'm not.
Anyone that says, Matt, go ahead and talk for a while, I'm like, you can count on me. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Oh man. So yeah. So I don't know what was said earlier. So I apologize if the question's repeated. But as we said at least on the post, that it's all about the viewers here. Any questions they have, dedicated to you guys. So just whatever you want to throw it at us: video marketing, video production, all things YouTube, anything in between. We're here for you. And we
have a question.
Okay, let me see if I can dig it out here, folks.
All right, Robert's going to look to figure out where the button is.
Yeah.
Push those buttons, Robert.
Pushing.
Copy Trading asks the question. Copy Trading says, does YouTube pay more ad revenue for certain categories or topics of videos? Yes, they do. And it's not so much YouTube paying more, it's all auction based. There it is. So the price that they'll charge an advertiser is based on the demand for the keyword phrase that the advertiser is targeting with their ad. Because as an advertiser, you say, well, I sell woodworking tools, so any video that's about woodworking, I want to be on that video. And then 500 other woodworking advertisers want to do the same thing, and they compete. And when I say they compete, they don't actually compete. The system competes on behalf of them. So if the demand for your content is very high, then you will get paid out more. If the demand for your content is low, you will not get paid out more. Now, here's the thing about what we're talking about. If you show your analytics, anything related to how much per thousand, everything in YouTube analytics is per thousand. So for 1,000 views, they're going to pay you out this much money for ads, and it changes week to week, month to month. But if you show that on your stream or on your video, that's against terms of service. You can show what the dollar amounts that you're making, but you can't show that, because it's even different on different regions, because certain parts of the world for the same type of advertisement will pay more and less, and YouTube just doesn't want people going nuts critiquing this and thinking that there's conspiracy when there really isn't, because there's many factors that determine what an ad is worth. Geography is one, and then the type of content is the other. Now here's just throwing out a few things. Educational content is sometimes lower. There's not that much demand for it. Financial content is very in demand. So if you have a financial channel, and this is all video based, they don't do it by channel. Everything's individual video. If your video is about a financial topic, and you're in the partner program and they put ads on it, you might get $6, $7, $8 per 1,000 views. That's very high. If it's an educational type topic, you might get $1 per 1,000 views. So it's real. And so, but you got to be careful as a YouTuber. You just can't share that metric, or else you could be in violation of terms of service. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It does, the revenue, YouTube will pay more for certain categories. It's not YouTube paying more. It's just the demand for advertising on your particular topic, on your particular video. So yeah.
Great question, for sure.
We caught up here. Jim Bashir says, paid more on view volume or a multiplier as the value of keyword or topic. Jim, I don't know if that's a question or not, but you know, the more views you get, then the more money you'll earn, but you won't get proportionally more. Like your cost is going to be the same. So if you have 2,000 views, you'll earn double. If you have 1,000 views, you'll earn half as much. Artfully Blind with Diana has a question. What's the difference between the two categories of education and how-to style? The difference is all ad-based. It's those categories are really there to make the ads easier to dish out. Mark Lindsay CNC, he's a YouTuber in the woodworking community. He runs, alongside my other channel, Awesome Wood Things. He experimented, and he had his set to education for a while, and then he had his set to how-to. When it was how-to, his cost per million, or cost per mil is an acronym for 1,000. I know mil sounds like a million, but it's like a Roman or Latin. It's a Latin term, Malay or something like that, means 1,000. Anyway, so the cost, I'll just say cost per 1,000, but you'll see is cost per mil, or YouTubers say cost per mil. We're all saying per 1,000 views. He got significantly less when it was set to education than he did when it was set to how-to. How-to is a much more lucrative market because, as I said, there's more competition for advertisers. And the more competition there is, the more advertisers will pay to get their video ad playing on your video. Love Audio Production is here. He says, well, I was asleep. That is until a load of things came down my street trying to start a fight. Uh-oh. The language was a little ripe. Yeah, you gotta, wow. Okay, well, I'm sad that woke you up. I'm glad you're here, giving Robert and the Verbose Wednesday show your watch time and your view. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it there.
Oh, Rich Vibes says, why'd the chicken cross the road? I don't know the answer to that, but I know the answer to why the punk rocker crossed the road.
What's that?
He was stapled to the chicken. Where's the rim shot? There we go.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I still have it here? Oh, there it is. Okay, no. Wait, wait. There was something else I was supposed to play, but I don't know if I still have it. Oh, here it is. There you go.
Diana has a question. Which category is more lucrative, how-to or entertainment? The answer is, I don't know. The only thing I know is how-to is more lucrative than education because Mark Lindsay confirmed it. Yeah, I don't know. And it will be hard to get that answer because in order to get the answer, another YouTuber would have to break terms of service to tell you. Yeah, I don't know how to get that answer, Diana. I'm sorry. And again, you might not be able to get the answer. Maybe jump on some Reddit forums or other YouTube. Maybe go into Brian G. Johnson's Facebook group. Go into other Facebook groups and ask. They might have an answer.
I mean, would I be naive to say that it's more just as to like the type of content, depending whether it's a how-to or entertainment that would get the eyeballs, or are you thinking there may be something more to it that we may not know, or?
Well, since the cost of ads is so heavily linked to the category, the
Right.
category does have a lot of influence. But ultimately, it's what you said and what's written in your description and what's written in your title that is going to hook up your video with that potential ad. And the category does have weight, because the example I just said, Mark Lindsay has the same exact content. The only thing different was the category, and he earned more per thousand when he switched to how to. So it does have an impact, Robert, but also it's also the content of your video. And see, that's a misconception some people have. They're like, YouTube's out to get my channel, or YouTube's doing this to my channel,
Right.
or this event happened to my channel. No. Everything is video by video. YouTube doesn't care about your channel. YouTube cares about the videos that you publish. And every video is weighted and ranked as a new shining entity. You got to prove yourself every time. Yeah. So, what are the terms of service for compensation if you can't talk about it on YouTube? The only thing you can't talk about, or the only thing you can't show, is the cost per million, or cost per mil. I'm sorry. Again, Malay, or whatever the Latin term is. It means thousand. That they don't want you showing that, because Jim Bashir's in, where do you live, Jim? Well, whatever state Jim lives, his cost per mil could be different than my cost per mil in Pennsylvania, and we're both makers, and we're both making similar content. And then the presumption is YouTube doesn't want to hear the Matt Jim bickering that we've discovered, something nefarious going on with the algorithm, and when really that's not anything nefarious going on. It's just an advertiser might want to pay more in my part of the world than in Jim's. Indiana by Chicago. Okay, yeah. So he's a couple states over from me. I'm in Pennsylvania. So, that's how it works. But yeah, you could talk about your revenue. You can show your revenue. You can do all kinds of things. But if you expose the screen that has the CPM, the cost per mil, then that's technically a terms of service violation. Now, will you get in trouble? Probably not. But, do you want to play the probably game? I wouldn't. So, yeah. I love the questions.
Keep them coming. We're here for you.
I can go on to some random things if you'd like, or if you want to jump in with something, we can do that. I can fill the time here.
All right.
What say you, Robert?
Well, let's see. Well, I think mil's 1,000 in French. Okay, that I didn't know. My brother's the one that's taken French in high school, so I'll defer to him to confirm. But we'll go with what Jim has right now. No, I was gonna say so. I was originally gonna ask before the start show as to what's cooking with you with the. I know we last talked about some videos you have out there, and just seeing how they're coming along.
Yeah. So I'm working on a video for All Things YouTube, and it's the topic that I covered on my live stream. Now, I don't like to chop up my live streams and publish them as standalone videos. I like to reshoot them. So I'm reshooting a small segment I did on my live stream about external SSD drives, because there are two things that you should enable if you're a content creator and you're using an external SSD drive. And my tips are to save your internal computer, have less wear and tear on your internal computer, and more wear and tear on the much cheaper external SSD drive. And so I'm making that video, and that should be out soon. I'm excited about that. Yes, Malay is 1,000 in French, says Artfully Blind with Diana. I've lived in France for a year and a half. LOL. Nice. And Jim Bashir has also said, I think Malay is, or Mil, well, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is Jim also said that. So yeah. Excellent.
I just don't know.
That's good enough for me.
I'll take it. The only time I heard that is in the card game Mille-Born, so that's about my extent of the French language.
Why can't it just be thou? Like, just call it thou. CPT, cost per thou. But hey, I'm not a developer of YouTube, so I didn't get to name it, so whatever.
Oh, we got a question from Copy
What do you
Trading.
guys think of YouTube Shorts? They're trying to grab the TikTok craze, right? Says Copy Trading. I think YouTube Shorts is something YouTube is very serious about. And this is just a general tip for content creators. Whenever a platform comes out with something brand new, like a content type that's brand new, jump all over it. Because think about it, YouTube's got several. YouTube's got videos, like always, edited videos. They have live, that's a different content type. They have shorts, they have stories, and they have posts, which could be links, it could be graphics, things like that. So there's 5 content types on YouTube, and shorts is the latest one. Also, YouTube put aside $100 million, $100 million, and they're got the platform every month, and a handful of YouTubers, they're going to chop up some of that money and just throw it at them for shorts. And they said the most popular shorts. They do want to compete. They want to compete hard. Copy Trading said TikTok craze, but they want to compete with TikTok and other things too. They want that 15-second to a minute. They want that, and they're using this $100 million distribution as a test bed to see how to monetize shorts.
I know that it was interesting because I thought they were going to dip in that fund from the partnership program, but they said it's totally separate from it. So that's pretty cool that they're trying to make an investment in the shorts to try to compete with TikTok and with Instagram Shorts, and then.
Well, I mean, it's hard to put a 30-second video ad in front of a 15-second short, so they gotta rethink. They gotta rethink it.
It's a little bit of imbalance here, where the guy's selling something more than the shorts. It's I don't know. There's got to be a good punchline for that, but Jim says, so real question: if you Reddit a video, dows YouTube
re-edit?
I think I need my eyes checked. Thank you. If you re-edit a video...
I'll read it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Want me to read it? Okay.
Oh, sure. Take it away.
If you re-edit a video, does YouTube treat it any differently than the original? Example, remove views, reclassify it, whatever. Also, should you remove the original? YouTube will treat it as a separate object and not tinker with anything. So they will not downgrade your original video. They will not upgrade either of the two. It's a separate object. It's a separate URL. It gets its own measurements. The clock starts ticking when the thing goes live. Now, what could happen is you could run up against frustrated audience members, because if someone watched the original and then X amount of time later, a year later, you come out with republish the same video, but it's a little bit different, they're going to get mad.
Right.
So your old viewers will get mad at you. That's why you should put re-edit or rebroadcast in the title. Some makers in the maker community have YouTube channels have done that, and that stops the negative flack that you get when you do that. But as far as the system goes, no, it doesn't throttle or accelerate either of the two. They run separately. But there's a human component that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a brand new user and a new user never saw the old one, then you're fine.
Right.
But you will have audience people that have been with you since the beginning, and those are the ones you don't want to make mad.
And Love Audio chimes in, don't you find shorts annoying, though, when people don't time them properly and the message gets cut off at the end, or is it just me? I'm the same way.
Yeah. I have very little tolerance for mediocre content. I know that's harsh, but the goal of the channel, my channel, this channel, is to stop mediocre content from hitting YouTube. And what you've just described, Paul, from Love Audio Production, is something that's, well, for lack of a better word, it's mediocre. Yes, that's not right. That's not good. I don't like it.
So for Paul, for making that observation, that's we spare no expenses here today, so.
Yeah. All right. I've got some news about my Notion efforts.
Let's hear it.
Want to play with that? Okay. Well, if you have any other questions, drop questions in the chat. And right now I'm going to show you what I'm doing on Notion. Now this is something I've shown before. Oh, and if you blinked, you missed it. So if you go to my website, All Things YouTube, again, scroll down to the bottom, and then you'll see here, whoopsie, what am I doing? This area, Matt's Notion page. Click that link, and it takes you to a different website. It still kind of looks like my stuff. Now we're on Notion.so and some gobbledygook there. But this looks a little different. I put these cool little icons here to let you know what type of content that is. This is the live streaming icon.
Oh, okay.
And if I go to this one, I don't have the... This has all of... Oh, here's the key. Okay. So this tells you what those mean. And so here I've got a podcast, live stream, edited video. And these are off to the side now. These were down below. And what happened was, see, this is a screen with a lot of entries. You had to scroll the whole way down to get to the navigation. So now this was one with just a few entries. So these navigation elements were below. You could see them. But when you would go to Piano Awesome, they were all the way down here. So I found a way to justify them in their own column over there. So that's a little bit different. This is a little bit different. And I'm also doing a few other things. Now, these aren't public, but let me go to my Notion dashboard here. And on this screen, now you can't get to this, but this is all the marketing. So here's all of the marketing I'm doing. I'm just cataloging it. So I have it. And I can see how often I'm publishing. Like, are there big gaps? Like, I don't want to go weeks without any, like, I'm stepping up my game, folks, is what I'm getting at here. And I want to make sure I have something out there as often as possible. But these are the new edits I've got. These cool little icons, which are all color matched to my theme. They're all, because I did have them all red, but then they were like shiny beacons of red burning a hole in your eye, and I'm like, no, that's not color matched. So I made them green, and I got the navigation off to the side here. So that, and I have some extra pages that I'm making just for me. So when I publish a newsletter, for example, I can come here and I can gather up all of these cool, little marketing pieces that I did. So Notion is getting smarter, or I should say my Notion instance that I'm developing is getting smarter and faster and more efficient. Oh, I also built up my to-do lists are now in a more convenient, where you can kind of hide and show areas where before it was just like a block of text. Notion, get in on Notion, folks. It's notion.so. I don't know what the .so means, but it's not .com. And it's free to use, and it's an amazing database tool. It's a relational database tool that you can customize very, very easily. Okay. Just wanted to show people that.
That's cool. I mean, I like how everything's grown from the last time you shared with us Notion, where you just started putting entries of the programs they have, and now it's like, oh wait, I was gonna say like you're on. Dare I say fire?
Jim's asking me. ATY stands for what? Well, that's ATY is all things YouTube, and then AWT is awesome wood things. So it's, since these pages aren't public, I didn't put energy into making them a human readable, public facing header. Ah, never mind, he says. There you go. Any other questions come in? Geez, why is it terrifying? You're a YouTube pro.
I think they're having a little inside chat. I think Jim was commenting how he's a little bit terrified of doing like how-to videos.
Oh, he's doing it for his full-time job. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, when you make videos on your own channel, you're the boss. Right. If it meets your approval, end of story. When you're doing it for your employer, you know,
gets a little dicey.
It's got to meet their approval when you publish. It's got to meet their approval a week from now, a month from now. What if it blows up 2 months? You know. Anyway, I can kind of relate to what you're saying, Jim. Even though I don't make videos for my employer, I can kind of see where you might be going with that, Jim. But anyway, yeah.
Or as my brother would say, it's all good. So.
It's all good. It's all good.
But oh, just a little behind the scenes. My mom was giving me the thumbs up, so I think they might have fixed the window. So who knows? Maybe who knows? Maybe I might be able to shake it up even further as to what's behind me instead of just seeing the. Or wait.
Yeah. Well, if we want to wrap early, you can go inspect the work that was done. We can wrap this up early.
I may do that, but I just want to make sure we didn't miss out on anybody's questions, as well as I know you're sharing earlier about Notion and some of the videos that you worked on. Was there anything that we might have missed as to things you'd like to share with everyone?
Well, on my piano, they have these challenges every now and then. So they put fun, easier songs out there, and they only have them out for 3 weeks. And I'm trying to get through all of them, but there's some fun songs. I'm doing Ghostbusters.
Nice.
And Pink Panther. And the one I already published, which was Dick Dale and the Deltones, which is the theme from that they had in the beginning of Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Oh, and the Lord of the Rings, doing that one too. So, okay. There's a lot of fun piano content that might happen. I don't know, because if they close out the contest, I won't have the sheet music anymore, and I won't be able to. So it's like a whole timing thing. Like, do I have enough free time?
Right.
And am I far enough in the challenge? Because I want to complete, because as you complete them, you get badges.
Right.
And then along with the badges, they'll give you printable sheet music. And let me tell you, sheet music is very heavily copywritten. Like, you got to pay if you want sheet music to songs.
Right.
Or sign up for a service. There are very few commercial popular songs that you can get for free on sheet music. And now the app, I'm sure they have an ASCAP BMI partial license. And anyway, sometimes they give you actual free. So anyway, I want to get as many pieces of sheet music.
So we got a question from Diana. She asked, how do you write custom comments in Stream Elements?
Oh, I can show you that.
All right. Put the Met Cam on.
I need to push some buttons here.
Yep.
One moment.
No worries.
Go to my dashboard. All right. Share the screen. Okay, well, when you say custom comments, I think what you're talking about is chat commands where you do things like this. If your audience types in !taco, the bot will respond with this text. That is what I think you mean by, and for me on All Things YouTube, I said every food emoji will have an entry here. So I went through every food emoji and I put like a fun, snarky comment like donut, nom nom. You know, it's kind of a fun, playful thing. And so what you do is you come to, how do you do it? You go to chat commands over here, and then go to custom commands on these tabs, and then add a new custom command, and you could say Diane, and then the response could be and activate. And then it's activated. Now, this will not work here because we are not on the All Things YouTube channel. We are on the ShaLaLaLa Productions channel. But that's how you do it. Oh, and also, wait a minute. Don't take me off here, Robert. Keep me on. There's a different type where you have timers. This is a different type of chat command where you declare the interval. So minute 15 on a stream will trigger this first entry. And then minute 30, since 15 is 30, it'll trigger the same entry. And then you can do this. So my chat bot will tell the chatters, join my Facebook group, slap like now, join my email newsletter, and they'll do that at these different intervals. That's a different kind of, what did you call it, Diana? Custom comments. So yeah, so what we're really talking about is chat commands that can be invoked by the audience member, and timers which happen automatically. Those are what I think you mean when you say chat commands. Okay, but how to program it to welcome new visitors on the live stream? That is not, well, I can do that with overlays. So on the overlays, I have alert boxes, and then in the alert box, I've got a subscriber alert, and then it'll run this animation. I don't know if you can see that animation happening up there when a new subscriber happens. Or I have tip alerts, and it'll run this different animation when a tip happens. And it'll do other things. It has text, it's got audio, there's a lot happening. But now this isn't in the chat. This happens on screen as an overlay. I don't know how to make it chat something when someone subscribes or welcome new visitor. A new visitor? That's tough. You mean just a new viewer? that doesn't become a member, that doesn't super chat, that doesn't, is just someone just watching. No, I don't think anything can do that automatically. Rich Vibes asks, should I test on YouTube with copy-free music or on my Mixcloud? Well, you got to be careful because it depends on what you mean, copy-free music. A lot of people claim stuff is copyright-free, and it really isn't. So you need to be sure. But yeah, you can test on YouTube, sure. Especially new YouTube channels, you've got a lot less to lose. Oh, Artfully Blind says thank you. I think I've answered your question. Very good, yeah. And you know what, Diana, I don't know if you would want a chat bot chiming in with every new viewer of a live stream. That's a pretty heavy thing. I don't know, maybe you would, but I don't know how to do that. And I don't know if you would want to do that. Copyright free from Monster Cat. Yeah, go for it. If Monster Cat makes the claim that you can put their stuff on YouTube without any negative repercussions, go for it. Epidemic Sound does that too. Epidemic Sound was built off of the YouTube API, so they've got controls to ensure that you don't get YouTube action, and action on other platforms too. Jim Bashir says, Matt, have you ever looked at a song turntables? Show you chords and patterns for the keyboard. Well, I am buying the LumiKeys MIDI keyboard from the company called Roly, and each key lights up separately, and it has different modes, and one of the modes is it will only light up the keys that are playable on a chord. So you can set the keyboard to play the chord C, and only the keys that are appropriate to the key of C will show up. So I don't know what a tablature is, a song tablature, but I have a feeling that this piece of hardware that I'm buying is going to do the function of whatever it is a tablature is. Tablatures, yeah. Interesting. Show you chords and patterns for the keyboard. I will be doing some Googling, Mr. Jim Bashirs, but I'm anxious to get this. And this keyboard is, it just came off of a Kickstarter and it's in production to the public. And I was an early pre-order, and it got delayed a month. And I'm finally going to get it. They're wicked cool. Let me show you. They look like LumiKeys. Look what this thing is. This is just amazing. So this is playlumi.com. See how the key... Oh, well, there it's kind of showing you. A couple of the keys are lit up. See how they're lit up here? Let me show you. Look at it. See?
It's pretty cool.
It is wicked cool. And see, you can put two of them together, and then they become a bigger keyboard.
Right.
And one of the modes is like Guitar Hero with the falling notes, which I think is the most fun to look at, but the least appropriate for actual learning. And they've got all kinds of games, and it'll teach you. Like there's the falling. So the notes will fall at you, Guitar Hero style, and it'll light up the key that you're supposed to press. That's more of a gimmicky type thing. But I'm excited about it. and it has per note pitch bend. So you wiggle a key, and it will bend the pitch of just the key that you've wiggled. It's amazing. Tablature. They are great. That is awesome. Yeah, so I'm supposed to have that Friday. It's supposed to come Friday. So on my All Things YouTube show, I have a camera up in the sky there. And it's pointing down right here. So right here is going to be my light up keyboard. And the idea is if something fun happens during the show, instead of doing that, I'll switch to the overhead cam and I'll do a little lick on the keyboard. And as I press the keys, they'll light up. Or maybe the keys will be lit up, and as I press them, they'll go dark. Or whatever. You know, there's 4 different modes. And so I can be like, or go, and then go back to delivering content. So I'm going to try it. It's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm having fun learning music. I'm now, what is it? I'm almost, I just rolled over 2 years playing the piano. 2 years ago, I started learning the piano. So I'm in my second, I've just ended my second year, and now I'm officially started the 3rd year of playing that instrument. I'm having a blast.
That's pretty cool. So of all the songs have you played, I mean, which would you say is the most difficult one you had to learn? Or
difficult? Well, I played Zombie from Cranberries was difficult, and Call Me from Blondie was difficult. Some songs are very fast, and songs that have some songs have the beats on off beats. It's very complicated, so it's tough. It's tough. It's really pushes you. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, because when you're on the piano, 10 fingers. You've got 10 fingers that have to interact appropriately. And it's not just hitting the key when you're supposed to hit the key. It's holding it down as long as you're supposed to hold it down. There's a lot going on with the keyboard. It's been fun. It's been challenging. And I'm starting to learn a lot about, the whole point was it's another creative outlet for me. Because I'm a creative person, and I've been in the visual space my entire life, and now I'm thinking, well, now I think I'm going to move to the audio space to keep the creativity happening on all levels. And but Hallelujah is a great song, and Ed Sheeran is a fantastic composer. He's got some great songs, and wow, yeah, some songs are just composed. Oh, and Fur Elise is just some of the classic songs.
Yep.
They're just masterpieces. And then you start to see that pop songs are usually not very complicated in the way they're composed, but classical is on a whole other level. And like, make no mistakes, like those old fogies 500-600 years ago, I mean 300 years ago, they were rock stars, man. Like, they kicked ass.
Right.
And yeah anyway, it's been a lot of fun doing that. You know, my plan is just to do it for fun. Like, I don't want to perform. I don't have any aspirations of joining a band. I'm doing it for the creativity, to keep the creativity going, and because it's fun. And I am making videos. I am performing on videos, but I don't have no aspirations to perform live or anything like that. Just having fun with it. And, you know, like, what else am I going to do? Like, we were in lockdown, and like, I started playing video games. I started playing Animal Crossing. I got into it for 2 weeks. And I was really into it. Like, I was building an empire, and I'm just like, what am I doing? what am I doing? Like, how is this benefiting anything? So I put that away, and anyway, so.
That's cool.
Yeesh.
So let me see, because I forgot to do this earlier. If I can find it. Where is it? It was here a second ago. I got it. No, not here. Wait, it's here. Wait, it's over here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, meant to mention earlier that the free resource that I had put together took about like 7 years worth of research of just compiling as to if you're just starting out as a videographer, or if you're like or like a video editor, and just trying to get a sense as to like how you charge your services. This would be the resource that you want. Or if you're just like, if your boss wants you to like hire someone to do the filming for your marketing videos and what have you, and you're trying to put together a budget and not really sure like what the budget for, you really want this. I mean, especially if you're trying to get a sense as to what the going rates are. I mean, this will help out focusing on the video production cost there. So it's just a way of just helping to address the challenging issues of just knowing the figures, and just help out manage the process. That way you can get closer to just creating the video and not get too hamstrung as to with the figures, because I know it can be a tricky subject when people kind of dance around, and instead of just being direct about it, because I can understand people have different comfort levels. So this will help out. So I'll just provide the link there, so you guys can just sign up for it. So
That's great. Robert's providing this for free, and this is 8 years, was it, of your combined wisdom?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like, yeah. No, I mean, it's just that.
Go get it, folks.
Yeah, it's just it took a while. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was a little bit nervous about putting it out there, just for the fact that I know it can be like a hot subject, but at the same time, I know it's going to be something that's going to help everyone. So, so I just want to make sure that if you're going to do it, you might as well hear from someone that can relate to the challenges. So, let me just try to put this again. There it is. So it's right there in the chat. So just have at thee, they say. So
good deal. Did you put it in YouTube chat?
Yes, I did. I just had a little.
There it goes.
Had a little problem with the button pushing. Not that it's new. But yeah. So that's what I was been working on. Just got to be better by pushing that out. But yeah. I mean, to your point about playing the piano 2 years. I mean, whew, man. I'm glad you were able to have the time to do that, just because there's a lot to juggle between the programs you're doing and also other projects that you're working on. So,
well, I mean, it's with my schedule, you just have pockets of time that are free. Like, I never have like a whole day free. So, if I've got 30 minutes here between meetings, I'll go, go through a lesson, and go through a song, and try and get through it. And now I'm getting a new keyboard with a new learning app. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, had you not shown the link there, I'd be like, how's that gonna work? But that looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks like it can be pretty addicting once you get rolling with it. So.
Yeah. No, it's smaller. They call it a 5.5 because each octave is 5.5 inches instead of, I think it's normally 7. What is it?
I don't have a tape measure on me, so I've got a screwdriver if that helps. So.
Like, instead of 6.5, it's 5.5. So it's an inch. It's a little bit smaller keys, but a lot of the MIDI keyboards are that size, and yeah, it can do the per note pitch bend. It has lift off, so if you lift off the key fast versus lifting off the key slow, it will change the end note of the sound, and it will. There's one more thing that it does. Oh, you can play a note and then push harder later, and it will register the pressure. Because all pianos, like you hit the key soft, it'll play softly, and if you hit the key loud, it'll play loud. But this keyboard has a thing where you can play the note, and then with it held down, push it down even further later, and it will register. So those are 3 new ways to interface with the key, and it's called MPE. It's called multiple polyphonic expression, and it essentially means it has those 3 other ways to interact with the keys. And now that's a standard. Like all of the audio apps you'll see them say, we now support MPE, the multiple polyphonic expression, well, I forget exactly what it's called, but yeah, and this thing is compatible with it, and it's changing the industry. You can really, really make the instrument do some crazy things. Will it hammer on? Yeah. Right hand hammer-ons. It'll do it. It'll do it. Gold standard of guess measurement. Haptic keyboard. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the piano itself is actually pretty revolutionary because the way they've engineered it. Because if when you press a key on a regular keyboard, a real piano, and you let up, it kills the sound because it's striking a chord that vibrates. But when you let up, it dampens. So there's actually a lot going on with just a normal piano, and they've been around for 300 years. And I mean, when you strum, when you use the pick on a guitar, it'll vibrate, and then you've got to manually stop it from vibrating if you don't want it to. On a keyboard, it does it for you. You lift up. So that was actually pretty damn impressive 300 years ago when they engineered the escapement, is what it's called. That means when you lift off the key, it kills the sound. And then the pedal, you can press the pedal on the floor, and it keeps it ringing. So that turns off the escapement feature. This is right. It was an engineering revolution on the instrument, and they've stayed the same for 300 years. Until MPE, until now. Now you've got 3 new. Anyway,
right.
I'm going down a rabbit hole here. So.
No worries. I'm
it's
trying
tech. I love tech. Music is tech. I'm digging it.
I mean, I'm the same way too. Whenever I'm like need to either update or invest in some new gears, because we were talking a little bit off the air. I mean, offline or whatever the term is. Sorry.
You know what I noticed about tech, and this kind of relates to streaming, is the stuff's been around forever. Like audio and video tech is really cheap. Like this microphone stand.
Yeah. Like
you can put that on a stage. That thing weighs like 20 pounds. I mean, that's all, and it was $25. And then like XLR cables, they're like next to nothing. And like the scissor stands, like these things, like they're relatively, they're engineered. I mean, they've been perfecting them. Like this has brass inserts to make them super silent when the metal rubs on metal. And then like you buy this from Apple, and it's $90 frickin' dollars. Like, so like computer stuff is just on a whole other scale of cost. It's like this was $30 and it's a professional scissor stand for microphones or whatever. And, that was $30, and the XLR cables are next to nothing. And then like you do this, you get this cable from Apple and it's $20.
Yes.
Just so as I'm getting into this, I'm realizing there's a big difference between computer gear and like gear that's been around since the 20s, since they started having stage performances.
Anytime I hear 20s.
Release.
Hey, Josh. Oh, just not to put my brother in the spotlight, but I'm gonna because I can. So Friday is his birthday. So if you happen to be connected with him either on Facebook or any of his social media channels, just be sure to wish him a happy birthday.
Happy early birthday, brother Josh.
So
I hope your day is awesome.
I keep thinking that he's gonna come up from behind and go. It's just kind of I would elaborate further, but then that would ruin the surprise for someone else's birthday that's coming up. So, you know, my brother jokes that sometimes I have a hard time keeping a secret. So here's my thought about secret. It's just that I can keep it, but I mean, if I'm able to share with someone that they might get a kick out of, it's it's kind of hard. So, but yeah, so some things I have to kind of clamp down on, but hopefully I'll be able to elaborate more next week, which may kind of go into probably I'll have to say that for next week for next week's talk, just because like I guess some stuff I've been working on, just kind of doing some testing and some just in terms of just like the different types of offering in terms of video production, especially on the remote side, either trying out some different online tools or software that looks promising. So so it's one of those things where you just kind of like lose track of time, and then you'd be like, I think I need to go to bed. So it's been kind of like that. So and Josh says
Thank
you
you,
are awesome
Joshua.
as wood things. Yeah, I know. Except there's not much to
Part of
comb.
his charm.
Yeah. So otherwise, I lose that that Albert Einstein look. So, but I digress. So, but yeah. So happy early birthday, Josh. ShaLaLaLa. So, yeah. So I did take a quick look, and I thank you, Matt, for covering for me. But the new window is up finally. So I'm very relieved and happy to see. So so I might want to like end a little early just to kind of take a look at things, because
Yeah.
you can bet probably this week is just a matter of just trying to reorganize things. Maybe try to
Take a
reorganize.
look.
But I thought before I do that, as always, just want to make sure there's no questions that are hanging out there, because I hate to leave people hanging, in a virtual sense, not physical, But I don't think there's any other questions here, but no pun intended on Josh's earlier remark there. But I thought before we wrap up, just make sure to check if there's any final thoughts that we didn't cover with you, Matt, there.
Nope, I'm good. I stream Mondays 7 p.m. Eastern, and check me out on all things YouTube. The shows are blowing up. The viewership's increasing, the engagement's increasing. I am on the rise, baby, and I love it. So get in on it if you're not in on it.
Very nice. Just be sure the links are in the description, so where you can follow Matt, as well as things that he's got going on. You should check out. I highly recommend it. As well as just the standard stuff we have on the description. Is like, if you like what you see here and what Matt and I have been talking about, or just enjoy our just generally good vibes, encourage you to sign up. All right. Well, I do see a joke here that Josh would like to share with us. I'll bite.
Oh, we don't have the punchline yet. So.
Here's a joke. Why does Bill Gates farts smell at the Apple Store? I think I know the answer, but I won't ruin it. But go ahead. I'm all ears, Josh. Let's hear it. Yeah, okay. They don't have Windows at the Apple Store, so I think
Funny.
yeah. So
We get it, Rich. We get it.
anytime we can introduce a little madcap hilarity and wacky wild hijinks, we do what we can here. So, on that note,
We should put a reminder there's no show next week.
yes, I keep forgetting what it is on the calendar here. Yes, so we're not on the air next week. But we will be back on air June 2nd. And then next week I'll just need to share just a heads up on scheduling changes. I will hint it involves summer vacation type of answer there, but we will be back on air on June 2nd, the usual time, 6:30 p.m. here on ShaLaLaLa Productions YouTube channel, as well as on the Facebook business page. And that's about it. Oh, we got a little quick hello here from Dr.
Elo.
Let me see if I can get this to work. Big hey, Dr. E.
We're just getting ready to jump off, Dr. Elo. Drop a like if you haven't already.
And you can catch the wacky wild hijinks on the replay there. And so that's about it. So again, Matt, thank you for everything for today.
You got it, brother. Go check out your construction that just occurred at your house. You need to take a look at that.
I may post a before and after photo on Instagram if people want to check that out. That's SL3P is the Instagram handle. It's been over a year. Trust me. I'm happy that the new window's in, and I'll leave it at that.
For sure.
So you've been watching Verbose Wednesday. I've been Rob.
I'm Matt.
And thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, everyone, and we will catch you June 2nd. So, adios, amigos.
Bye, everyone.